ooh, we could do this, I could create this system. So your question is, Nate, how come you're a hypocrite?
No, not a hypocrite.
Okay.
Should not the master also be the user?
I am the best building cleaning coordinator.
Let's just say somebody came along, some company more or less in your space, and I don't even know what we would call that space. You know, maybe it's communications, maybe it's a marketing firm, maybe it's a large company who says, that's a nice little slice of the pie, what Nate Woodbury does. Is there a price they could come in with and say, we love your little company, you've got contractors, you've got great properties, you've got all the assets.
Yep,
is
perhaps.
there a price where you would say, I could walk away from this, or would it be a buy it and then own me because I love it so much I never want to leave it? I mean, that's what I'm trying to.
I don't like the own me part.
Okay, that's right. You'd have to be owned.
So there would be a price, but there'd be some more work to do because, granted, a lot of my clients are buying me. They believe in me. They see my track record. They know that I've kind of figured out the formula, and that I'm the one that provides the coaching. So I can review a video and I can give them feedback. So all those things can be trained, and they have been trained, and systems have been created. There were several months where I kind of really stepped back, and I was only putting in about 10 hours a week for about 3 months this year. And so the company really was running at a good spot, but there are some things that as we lost I don't like to say the word lost because he didn't die, a team member who left, and I put some of those hats back on. I'm like, okay, there's some things that I could have better systematized that I kind of assumed were happening, but were falling through the cracks. Mm-hmm. So yeah, could the company be sold? Not at this point, but
yeah, but that's not off the table for you. I mean, I'm trying to understand.
It's not something I'm pursuing.
Would you? Well, no, of course not. No, and I'm not even. Don't mean to suggest that. But is this you? Do you wake up each day and go, I love this, or is it more just the means to an end?
Well, again, so for a while I was the videographer. I was the one behind the camera. And if you go to my existing website now, who knows when you're going to actually watch this episode? But my website now, it shows a picture of me behind the camera. That hasn't been me for years. Right? So I figured it out. I figured out, okay, I'm not a trained videographer. I didn't go to film school or any of that. I first started on my iPhone. Then I figured out how to use a DSLR camera because I wanted to be able to blur the background. I just figured everything out. Once I knew my system, and it wasn't that I wanted to create the most, cinematographic masterpiece. It's like I wanted to get a result on YouTube. So here's how you use this camera and these lights to get this result on YouTube. And then now I've got videographers much more skilled than I that I've trained on my system. So they bring their skill to my system. So now I don't have to be behind the camera. So when you ask, do you just love it? What I love knowing what's possible, ooh, we could do this. I could create this system. So I love creating the systems and having it achieve results. And so as long as I can keep doing that, setting up, a complete second operation like this in Florida totally excites me because I'm making it happen again. The LinkedIn side of it, which I'm not putting a whole lot of my time into that right now, but a little bit here and there. There's some things that I'm really excited about since I've put on some hats back and realizing there's some. It's re-energized me because I'm systematizing. Taking care of your customers is something that's very important, and it can be done great by one person without a system. But what I love is recognizing, look, if you create a system, and I keep using that word. Let me give an example.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of clients, and each of our clients like to have touch points. Every week, if I send them a video saying, hey, take a look at this stat on your channel, this is an opportunity we found, they like to hear from me.
Yeah.
But if I don't have a system in place, I found out one of my clients went 5 weeks without hearing from me or my team with any ideas. And we didn't do it on purpose. We certainly feel terrible about it. But if we have a system, look, we're going to look at this every week. We're going to, put this together and feed all. So if you have a system in place, now we can better take care of it. There still needs to be the personal touch. It's not going to be a robot that reaches out to my client. It's going to be me, or one of our coaching team. But creating those systems lights me up.
That's cool. Yeah. And you could certainly apply that in any entrepreneurial setting.
Let me bring it to a church setting. So I am the best. If you give me, and I hope my ward doesn't hear this video, because they'll give me the calling. I've been the.
You'd like to set up a spreadsheet for ministering or something?
No, for the building cleaning assignment. I was the building cleaning coordinator. I am the best building cleaning coordinator on planet Earth.
You're not just sending around a clipboard in class?
Here's why. Because I figured out the system. The system is this. You have the ward list. You can't just email everybody and say, hey, we need some volunteers to come clean the church this Saturday. You get the same few people.
Right.
But if you send an individual text message, some people don't receive text, so you have to either call them or email those people. But for the most part today, you can send text messages. So I will send them, and I'll use their name in the text, and I'll say, hey, Scott, your turn on the rotation for this cleaning schedule is coming up on this Saturday. If that doesn't work, let me know if another Saturday this month will work. Right? So I send an individual message, and I'd get the most people there every single week. I used it. A lady in our neighborhood was moving, and I was going to help out getting people to come help her load her moving trucks. I had the biggest turnout there. I think there were 40 people. 40 people that showed up. Yeah. Some people that had never showed up before. And they kind of, how did you get so many people? It's because I didn't send out a group email.
Right.
I sent individual
personalized
texts, and there's a certain way that I phrase it, so I systematize it.
I think that's a good idea. I actually received one of those texts a few days ago. No, it was last week, and it was to me, hey Scott, can you come help set up chairs Sunday morning at 8:30? And what am I going to? Well, sure. And he probably sent that to, 30 guys.
If it would have been a group message CC'd to everybody, hey, we need extra help if anyone can do it.
You just go, yeah, well,
someone else will be
somebody
there.
will show. It's like personal accountability. Yeah. So when you talk about sort of future things and different projects, I mean, everything that you're saying feels like it could be shared. And you're sharing it here, but I mean, have you considered authorship, like writing books on this, or if you have considered writing a book, what is it? What would it be about? I mean, what's your plan? Everyone writes, it seems. Everyone publishes.
Right now, the book that I've been working on for the last year, and it's been really hard for me. It's actually just a book about my YouTube strategy. Because it is replicatable by everybody. Not everyone can afford my done-for-you services. That's why 23 YouTube channels that we produce. That's not a huge number. There's thousands of people that want to be able to do my strategy, and so being able to put all that into a book. And we've got the rough part of it done, but admittedly, I've hired a ghostwriter to help me.
You kind of have to, don't you? I mean,
yes.
Do you have the headspace and the time to really?
That's the hard part. Like he's helped me so much with the structure, with kind of the flow of the content, with asking me questions. But as he's written things, it's like, but I want to word it a different way. And so that's been the hardest part, is I still have to write it myself. Even though I've paid multiple 5 figures for this to be ghost written. I want it to really get results. And I say things a certain way and whatnot. So I still have to.
So you're saying that the structure of what he or she has put together is something that you couldn't have done yourself, but the meat on the bones, you got to do, basically.
Yeah, and it's probably, there's probably people that will say it doesn't have to be that way, but I'm just not creating a book because I want a fancy business card or I want to make sales of this book. I actually want the book to be able to deliver the result.
Do you see yourself pursuing a publishing agreement with a name house out there, or what's kind of your plan for it? I mean, obviously you have to kind of shop it around.
Depending on the day, I go back and forth.
Really?
So it'll probably be self-published. And I do have a course, actually, a course that I sell for $2,000, but I haven't marketed it.
Oh, you have a course?
I do have a course.
Okay, well, let's talk about that for just a second. I haven't marketed it, you say. I mean, should not the master also be the user?
So here's the thing. with a typical sales funnel, I've done things in reverse. A typical sales funnel is you have your free gift, your lead magnet,
Yeah.
that leads into, you know, a small item, that leads into a bigger item, that leads into a bigger item, then your big kahuna, right?
Yeah.
I just sell my big kahuna. When people hire me for a done for you service, it's a 6-figure agreement, and it's really effective. It gets our clients results. It's worth it for them, and it's profitable for the company. So for me to take my attention away from that, in order for me selling a $2,000 course, I'd have to sell 50 courses before that crossed the 6-figure line, that's a lot of work.
I'm just saying make yourself a client, right? I mean, you certainly wouldn't shelve everyone else. You would just say, well, I've got this team of 30 people working, it's all going well, and now it's time for me to practice what I preach. Mm-hmm. I mean, your clients outview you by X million.
So your question is, Nate, how come you're a hypocrite?
No, not a hypocrite.
Okay.
But why don't you do? Because you haven't done it yet. That's what I'm saying. You're not doing what they're doing.
I think it's because I'm also a perfectionist. I think that's a strength in a lot of ways, but in this sense, it's a weakness because I'm like, well, I don't want to promote my course unless I have the perfect funnel set up for it, and I want to have my book done first. I think that's really it, because I created the course a long time ago, and I do have 3. I think I've had 3 customers that have taken the course, but it's not on my website. You can't find it anywhere. It's just people that have really hounded me, like, do you have a course? How come? Can I buy it, please?
Did all of your customers that you're currently doing channels for, have they already published books before they came to you? Did they already have a marketing funnel in place?
Yeah, all of them. Not everyone's different. So most of them have published books and whatnot. Most of them have built 7-figure businesses already, so that we know that when we turn on the lead generation factor from YouTube, we know that it's going to be profitable for them. They're making a big investment. We want the return to be way bigger than the investment, and they've got a business that can handle it. That was what's in my head. Like, well, if I haven't gone as deep on something, it's because you haven't asked the question. I'm happy to. Yeah.
No. And I got to tell you, I admire the heck out of you for that.
Elon Musk is just brilliant, and it's awesome.